So today I'm going to be reviewing something pretty different. And by reviewing, I do mean first impressions. But it's kind of embarrassing first impressions because I think I messed up a little bit with my build. And as you can tell right here, it's something a little bit pointy. Today I will be reviewing the Wartech USA M-9 Bayonet. Now, the one that I got is very weird because I picked the green handle. I don't know why, but the green handle just looks very like modern. Not modern, but retro. And just so everyone knows, there is a safety on. And no, there's not one in the barrel. I will show everyone right here on camera just so no one throws a hissy fit. Boom. There you go. Now, I've always loved bayonets, okay? I love bayonets on every type of firearm, okay? Even ones that are not classified as firearms because, you know, they go boom, but they're from, I don't know, 1776 type of style, right? Muskets. Now, bayonets have basically gotten to the point where if you need to use a bayonet, you're screwed. But here's the thing. I mean, I don't know. I hope I never have to run up to someone and use this. But I mean, if I'm going to go out, I'm not going to go out by, you know, I'm probably going to go out by someone doing that to me. Now, for bayonets, this was the cheapest bayonet they have, okay? This type of rifle that I have right now, even though I've upgraded this rifle, right? Because the other one, I had a whole new PSA build. This is a Smith & Wesson, but all of my ARs, except for the one when I get some serious cash, and I spend some serious cash on it for the base build, like some type of like Daniel Defense or something like that. All of them currently will be experimental builds, okay? I'm going to eventually one day put a LPVO on here and see if I like an LPVO and see what uses I would have for an LPVO. Okay, for example, I have this flashlight, and oh, actually there's a laser. You can't see the laser, but there's also a flashlight on here. I put that on there because it's experimental and see if I like it or not. This angled grip, which people are saying I should flip it around, yeah, I probably will. I just like it right here, right now, because it stops me from, you know, I was gonna say let my hand slip off, but my hand really doesn't slip off. But you know, it's just more ergonomically better that way. I could have got like a stopper right here, but I wanted to give this a try and it's still pretty good. Now, as you can tell, because of my build that I've messed up on, it's very, let's just say, wobbly. I don't know how the best way to use this on YouTube, but a lot of people who are watching this aren't going to be kids anyways. I hope not. But a lot of thrusts that I do in practice, of course in a safe area, this hasn't fallen off. And when I received this, it was actually very, very loose. So right here, there's an Allen wrench. I believe it's 3/8, not 3/8. Actually, it might be 3/8. I don't know, I usually use metric, but for some reason, I'm trying to go into a trade that uses imperial. But anyways, I tighten it down, and I tighten it as much as I can, and I got pretty close to almost breaking my Allen wrench. So right now, it seems loose, but it used to have been so much that I could have just flopped it around everywhere. But it does handle, at least on my build, handle me thrusting it like a bayonet charge. It is not sharp at all. It is a little pointy, but it could be better. The reason for that is because it was an Amazon product, and Amazon really doesn't allow you to have knives that are sharp. which kind of doesn't make any sense if you're buying like kitchen knives, but that's the thing. It's sold on Amazon, $35. So far what I can say is ARs are not like 500 pounds, right? Like some of these our congressmen and women like to say. But I don't really notice it being that heavy at all. I think they say it's like maybe 11 ounces. Actually, it might be like 1.9 ounces or something like that, this bayonet here. But I really don't notice a huge change in the weight. Now, of course, I do notice that it is more front heavy than it used to be. But my thing is always has been front heavy because of the grip and the laser and flashlight. Eventually, you know, maybe I can balance it out by putting a big old LPVO on here, but I actually do have something to help balance it out. I'm going off screen real quick. I keep forgetting to buy replacement batteries, but I have a SugarCon right here. If I put it on here, it would balance it out a tiny bit better. Now, of course, this is detachable right here. Due to YouTube's guidelines, I don't think I'm allowed to show you on camera me taking it off, but I think on most bayonets, it has things right here that you squeeze together, which will allow you to take it off. So, the biggest problem I think I have here is I'm not 100% sure if Smith & Wesson has this with their builds, because this is basically a Smith & Wesson minus it came with original like 1970 grips, and I got this grip on here. That's the quad rail. But I think this is a pencil barrel. And the problem is the pencil barrel. You're not supposed to have a pencil barrel when you have a bayonet attached to it. I think you're supposed to get a slightly thicker one because it's going to be very hard to tell. But do you see how much room I have right now? It's supposed to be a little bit bigger, so I don't have all that much wiggle room. Though, I have yet to replace a barrel on any of my things, so it will be a learning experience. Because I'll probably buy a pencil barrel because I'm used to a pencil barrel or whatever this is. And I'll also buy a thicker barrel because I think the thicker barrel will actually be more useful for a bayonet. Now, not all ARs are equal, of course. How you know yours is good is if it has a bayonet lug. Right here is the bayonet lug. That's very embarrassing, because I know you heard that. But this is a firearm channel, not a Lululemon clothing channel. So, anyways. First impressions are, I like it on there, but it's too wobbly. Even tightening up, it is too wobbly. So if you have, I believe this is a pencil barrel, but if it's not a pencil barrel and I'm wrong, well then, yeah. But if you have a pencil barrel, a bayonet is not for you. Make sure you get a thicker barrel, and of course make sure your things can handle a thicker barrel, but this is definitely not the best barrel. This comes in green and black, but I showed the green because I think it looks nicer.